Hello and welcome to What's Your Solution? So many problems that the electorate has and they are looking for answers. So in this election season, this is a special show that we have where we are asking the political parties to give their specific solution, their specific plan of action. How will they fix the problem? So we're setting the past aside and we're trying to come up with answers for what is going to happen now. Last week, we took a look at the economy. Today, we're going to take a look at an issue which most polls say is one of the big issues for Indian voters, and that is the question of corruption. So what is the BJP, the Congress party, the Aam Aadmi party going to be doing about corruption? In case they come to power, what will they be doing to fix the problem of corruption? I have with me, it's great to have with me, Aman Sinha is here from the Bharatiya Janata Party, Prashant Bhushan is here with us, National Executive Member of the Aam Aadmi Party, Salman Soz is here from the Congress party. They've all been taking a detailed look at their manifestos, and I have to say that I've been doing a lot of studying of them also to look at the specific points that they are in that. So we did a quick draw of lots before we started, and Prashant Bhushan, you have been selected or chosen as going first from the Aam Aadmi Party. How would you find a solution to the problem of corruption? What would be your solution?
These two parties have kept and maintained corrupt people in their respective cabinets, have given tickets to corrupt people, and therefore, actually the intention as evidence from the manifestos really means nothing, because eventually when the corruption has become so deep rooted in a party, then everything stated in the manifesto is given a go by, and eventually everything runs on corruption and crony capitalism. Specific solutions that so far as Aam Aadmi Party is concerned, firstly, greater and more proactive transparency is essential. For example, having all public offices where public dealings are held, such as police stations, courts, etc., being videographed, and the videography being available to every citizen under the Right to Information Act. That would reduce corruption very substantially. Secondly, general judicial reforms, police reforms, in order to make the judiciary more transparent, more accountable, in order to make the police more transparent, more accountable, and more accountable to the local citizens in particular, the local police, etc. Thirdly, putting in place anti-corruption institutions and laws, such as, of course, Jan Lokpal Bill is an important one, where the Jan Lokpal must be made truly independent, empowered, and accountable. Secondly, having a system or an institution, independent institution for protecting whistleblowers. In our view, the Jan Lokpal can be empowered to do that. Thirdly, a system of grievances, citizens charter, and grievance redressal. So, citizens charter would mandate every government department to put in place time limits for doing the work of people, and an independent body to take cognizance of complaints regarding violations of the citizens charter. Today, one of the main reasons for corruption is this power with the government of giving away huge resources by way of mineral resources, by way of forests, water, land, etc., to private cronies of theirs, who are known as crony capitalists, for a song, without any transparency, without any competitive bidding, etc. We feel that this cannot be allowed. These cannot be given away without the consent of the local communities. The land, the forest,
so
the mineral
give local
resources.
communities the power to be deciding whether resources in their area are
they should have a veto power at any rate to prevent resources which are under their control within their jurisdiction to be given away without their consent.
Couldn't that also lead to even more corruption? Because sometimes you could argue that your local Gram Sabha, your Gram Sabha Panchayat could potentially be bought for a lot less money than a minister. So, isn't that opening up a different sort of corruption?
No. First, your law our Jan Lokpal Bill requires that wherever such resources are privatized or given to private corporations for exploitation, they must be done by a transparent competitive bidding. That is what the Supreme Court has also said in the 2G judgment.
Okay.
But apart from that, the local communities under whose control or under whose jurisdiction those resources vest, whether it is land or mineral resources or forests, cannot be given away to anybody and snatched from that community without their consent.
We've got your agenda and we're going to continue to flash it on the screen as we have been doing. This is your basic, this is the Aam Aadmi Party's agenda. I'm going to now throw it open to both of you before I start diving in and taking pot shots at Prashant's plan. What's wrong with that plan, if anything?
Vikram, I'll first take liberty to, share my plan with you, and
then
I'll
come to your
respond
plan
to what
also.
he said.
I'll come to your plan next. I just want to get your
So
reaction
I don't want
his
to,
plan.
deal with the kind of crony capitalism that Aam Aadmi Party practiced in Delhi. We have all seen 372 crores of public money was given to private discoms owned by Reliance, and they are ones who are talking about crony capitalism and corruption. I'll come to all that, but let me just start off by saying, please, I did not interfere, when you
No, I'm going to come to your agenda. I'm just trying to finish with his agenda for 2 minutes. Anything else you want to say about his agenda? Or
no, a lot of things. There, they have been talking about, CWG scam, and they produced all the evidence against Sheila Dikshit, 2 years back. And now, when they were in power, they did not even lodge an FIR against Sheila Dikshit.
5 FIRs.
No, not against Sheila Dikshit.
Against Sheila
No, not
Dikshit.
in person, sir. Absolutely.
In person.
So this is the kind of hypocrisy which is being practiced.
So you're saying they won't implement it if they do come to power?
This is what their actions reflect.
Okay. Salman, do you have a problem with his plan?
You can't really talk about corruption without trying to understand. This is not a short-term problem. This is a long-term problem. The thing is that it takes staying power. It takes commitment, a long-term commitment. I must say to Prashantji that by leaving government in 49 days, Aam Aadmi Party did a disservice to its own party and to the people of Delhi and to the agenda, I think.
Prashant, now let me just get there. What they're saying is, it's all very well to come up with these plans. You yourself were saying that their plans are suspect because they've never been able to act on it before. Both of them are, in a sense, coming back to your own track
Their
record.
intent and actions both are suspect.
Yeah, so, okay. He says that both your intent and your actions are suspect. And he says that if you don't have the staying power to stay on in government for more than 49 days, how are you going to be able to tackle corruption?
Well, 49 days, the answer is that we didn't have a majority in the assembly. When the Congress announced unilaterally that they were offering us unconditional outside support, we consulted the people, and when 75% of the people voted that they wanted us to form the government in these circumstances, we decided to form the government with a clear statement that we will faithfully implement our manifesto, and the day we are stopped from doing that, we will resign and call for fresh elections. And therefore, the day that they stopped us from even tabling the Jan Lokpal bill, the BJP and the Congress, that day we said there is no point in clinging on to office. That's the culture of the Congress and the BJP. They want to cling on to office for office's sake.
I think what everyone is slightly concerned about is that even if you were to come in, and I'm going on saying that as per the opinion polls, it's a very unlikely possibility that you will ever get a majority, at least in the foreseeable future. So does that mean that the minute you are blocked from doing anything, you will resign?
The minute we are blocked from implementing our core agenda, then there is no point, because we didn't have a majority. We needed to have a situation where we had a clear majority. And that's why. And so far as what he said, that we have not registered FIRs, etc., the Aam Aadmi Party is the only party which has had the courage to register an FIR against Mr. Mukesh Ambani and Reliance Corporation.
So why are you passing on benefits
to
benefits to Ambani's?
Achha.
The 372 crores of public money. I'm talking on facts, on substance. 372 crores of public money
ordered a CAG audit. They didn't even order a CAG audit. They are saying that we have given money to the discoms. We have given a subsidy to the people, not to the discoms. We have ordered a CAG audit.
Jan Lokpal was number 1 on the agenda. They amended the agenda, and this appropriation bill of 372 crores was put up as number 1 item on the agenda, and they got it pushed through.
Okay, I'm still now coming back to his forward-looking plan.
Just one quick point that, we talk about 372 crores and there young people from Delhi are here. There are thousands of crores being spent on this election, right? Thousands of crores, right? They talk about 372 crores for a 49-day government. I think we have bigger issues to deal with out here. So we have to come up with solutions.
You mean to say that we should condone it?
No, I'm not saying we should condone it. I'm just saying put up your solutions.
What is the point
put up your solutions.
I think he's questioning whether thousands of crores are coming to on this election campaign. Is that what you're questioning?
Yes, absolutely. Absolutely.
Who's
financing it?
He has to respond. I don't know what their expenses have been.
I'm just saying.
But you can see, Vikram, in actions, both of them are, supporting each other. You see where the tide is going.
Now they'll say that
Congress and Aam Aadmi Party are hand in glove.
Okay. Okay, from the Aam Aadmi Party solutions, let's go to the BJP solutions. You came second in the draw of lots as before. So there are clear sections in your manifesto which talk about dealing with corruption. Maybe we can get you to quickly tell us what your plan is going to be, very briefly.
Vikram, let me just start off by saying that the UPA government had the dubious distinction of being the most corrupt government in Indian history. When we come to power, we will establish systems which will eliminate corruption. Foremost, we'll ensure that there is complete transparency and accountability in government's decision-making process, and we'll ensure it through, technology-based e-governance. Secondly, we'll rationalize the tax regime, and we'll simplify the government rules and procedures. And all the government rules and procedures would be in interest of citizens, and they will be, simplified to an extent that they are, quite, feasible to be implemented. Thereafter, we will have new set of legislations, whether it is, Restitution of Illegal Assets Act, whether it is Right to Citizen Services Act, or, even implementing the Lokpal bill which has been passed by the parliament. Thereafter, we'll have, I think, one of the genesis of black money in India is, the kind of, electoral system that we are having. We'll have large-scale electoral reforms, judicial reforms, administrative reforms.
No, so just to take up on one or two of those things. So
Sure.
the electoral reforms that you were talking about, would those also include possible state funding of elections, or is that not one of the solutions you're thinking of?
Electoral reforms is a big subject, Vikram, and obviously that would be positively considered, the suggestion that you're making. And I'm sure, we'll come out with a structured system, and we'll obviously consult, other political parties also. And I'm sure, we'll be able to deliver it in a very short span of time. Another agenda that we are having is that Mr. L.K. Advani, he initiated this movement against, getting, Indian money which is, lying stashed in foreign tax havens. So we'll get that back also. So there are several things on the agenda, but you just, mentioned to me that we'll just touch, the foremost things.
So just to understand the philosophy, though, just to go into it in slightly more detail, the philosophy seems to be you're saying that if you can make the systems more simple to understand and transparent, less discretion, corruption will go away by itself. Is that basically what the
Quite
philosophy
right,
is?
quite right, Vikram. The real difficulty is that the discretion that the governmental authorities are enjoying, that should be systemized. And if we are able to develop or build systems or structure it properly, I'm sure this kind of discretionary element which happens in several governments, that will be taken away, and we'll have a proper system, uniform system. And I don't think people would have too many complaints, and there won't be too many scams and scandals also, as had happened in Congress regime.
Okay, so let me get both of you to respond to that.
Why have they not done it in the states which were under their control?
We have done it. We
Why
have done
did
it,
they
sir.
not- why did
Please
they
see,
not do it when
Gujarat
their
today
central government
is a
was
state
there?
which has complete e-governance, e-procurement and e-tendering model.
talk about it.
So
Each
let's-
and every tender.
So, all right, let me
What
ask
did
this.
you do in your 49
All right.
days, sir?
So now the Central Information Commission has directed that political parties come under the Right to Information Act. There is no stay of that. Has the BJP implemented that? Have they been transparent about these thousands of crores
We
which
have
they
no
are getting
difficulty
and
with that.
spending
You first
in
implemented
their-
in your own party.
in this election? Have they done that? They say that they are wedded to ending corruption. Why did they not allow a Lokpal to be appointed in Gujarat for 10 years? And they have
in
Lokayuk
Gujarat
to
there
be
is a
appointed
Lokpal.
for 10 years?
In Gujarat there is a Lokayuk.
And
I'm
now-
surprised
now
that a lawyer
they
of
have
your eminence is
destroyed-
making such statements.
They have,
The matter
for
was
10
pending
years you
before
did
Supreme
not
Court.
allow it, mister. For 10 years you did not allow it.
No, mister, you are not able to understand properly. The matter was pending before Supreme Court.
So you could
and
not appoint it.
No,
Was
we
there
have,
a stay?
We have appointed,
Was there a
we have
stay for
appointed a very
appointment?
strong Lokayukt in Gujarat.
Okay.
Why have they kept given tickets to people like Mr. Yediyurappa? Why have they kept Babu Bhai Bukhadia in the Gujarat government? Why have they kept Vitthal
Why have they given
Rathadia?
tickets to
All
people
these
like
corrupt
Rakhi
criminals
Birla?
have been kept all over the place, and they are saying that we will bring Ram Raj because Mr. Modi will become the Prime Minister. This is their mantra.
It
This
is
the
good
only
that you are
thing.
agreeing on Ram Raj.
Okay.
You
Do you
know,
have your specific criticism to his plan?
Now, if Mr. Prashant Bhushan keeps going like this, they'll say that he's a B team of the Congress party. By the way, Prashant ji is right. They spent 46 crores. The government of Gujarat spent 46 crores so that a Lokayukt of their, would not be appointed. They fought it in the Supreme Court, and ultimately that person backed out. It's in the news. No matter how much they say, that's a fact. Okay. So Now,
that
the
is-
other thing,
that
the
is
other
not a
thing,
fact, I
the other thing that,
dispute it.
the other thing that my BJP friend should be very transparent about, given that we're talking about corruption, is that their manifesto came out a few hours after the election process had started. And by the way, there are lots of good things in their manifesto too. Of course they do, because they copied a lot of the stuff from the Congress manifesto.
Oh, really?
It's true. If you look at, I will now get to, he talks about the citizen charters, electronic delivery, e-governance, right? Please look at the action plan, which is a 50-page action plan of the Congress party, not the 15-point program, and then see what is in their manifesto, what is in our manifesto, and you'll find lots of similarities. Now, they can talk a lot about corruption. Oh, UPA was the most corrupt government, this thing and that thing. Again, sorry to refer to Mr. Bhushan again, he is right. If they're so concerned about corruption, why is Mr. Yediyurappa getting such a plum kind of position in Karnataka? Why is it that some of the biggest, by the way, in Karnataka, the mining scam of Karnataka, 100,000 crores, 1 lakh crores. Where did that iron ore go? To the Beijing Olympics.
You know, how much
It's a
was
fact.
the 2G scam?
It's a fact.
What was
By
the
the way,
nature
2G
of
scam.
fuel
Can I
scam?
talk about the 2G scam? Can I please? It's an important
We were
issue.
trying to move on actually,
But
but you must talk about the
no,
2G
we
scam
want-
after
we
this.
want to
Are we
understand it.
Talking about
Now
the
you're opening it
progressive
up.
I will. I will.
Or we are having a regressive
You-
debate.
Salman,
No,
I hate
no.
to say it.
Do
You
you-
want to open yourself
Yes,
up.
I
2G
will.
scam,
You know,
Colgate
I
scam,
will.
other
The
scam.
number of
you know,
scams
I'm
and
not afraid.
scandals
I'm not
and the
afraid.
proportion
You
of
really wanna go down
scams
this
and
path.
scandals
I will just
that
put
the
a deeper-
Congress party
Do
has
you want to
had,
understand
they
or
are
not?
remarkable. I mean,
Does the audience want to understand? I'll just want it as a matter of example. It's just as an example. Mr. Bhushan said that we want competitive bidding for everything, right? Auctions. Whereas the policy was allocation. It's an old policy. If you auction something, it goes to the highest bidder, right? The highest bidder then basically has to get the money from where? From the people, right? Because they have to put up, where do you get your services? Different companies, mobile companies. If they pay the most money for that, do they not have to take the money? India has the second lowest tariffs on mobile phones in the world. Now, how is it that a poor country has the second lowest tariffs in the world? I'm not suggesting at all that there is no wrongdoing. I'm not suggesting that. But
he's taking
the
credit
money
for everything right that has happened since independence.
this is a fact.
It is to the credit of
This is a
Congress
fact.
party.
They can say
and
whatever.
everything which has happened wrong, it
There's
is
a
for,
lot of
he's blaming people about
no,
it.
no. But look, there's a lot of money being spent to make lies truths and truths lies.
I don't know,
people should
my
do
friend
your own
Mr.
research
Salman,
and then find
he has
out.
developed, he has developed a wisdom
You
which
please-
is even higher than the Supreme
don't
Court.
listen to them,
And my
make your
friend
own-
Prashant
don't listen to
Bhushan,
me.
he
Don't
was the
listen to me.
complainant
Okay.
in that particular
Do not
matter and
listen
he's
to me.
keeping silent.
Don't listen to him.
What
Do
is
your
this
own-
kind of, hand in glove
Okay,
approach?
okay,
I'm
no,
not
do
able
your
to
own
understand.
research.
Listen,
You have the power. You have the power. Do your own work and find out who's better for you. That's it.
Okay, that's what
They
we're
will
trying to
do that.
establish during this.
But your actions reflect. See the kind of drubbing, please.
You have to understand corruption in order to get
I'm
to
not
it.
going
Aman,
into
Aman.
a small, sample
However many
audience which
seats
is
you want to
there.
win in Karnataka.
But please, just one short point, He's talking about, how people have responded. I mean, my friend Salman should be aware that in last assembly elections, every 4 out of 5 seats in the assembly was won by BJP. See the kind of support that we are enjoying.
Is this the answer to corruption? By
What
spending
do
a
you
lot of
mean by
money?
this? You were
Is
just
that the
talking
answer?
about how people will
Is
respond.
Is that a good answer for
Do
corruption?
you mean to say that in democracy, people's response has no value?
People's response has value, but I'm just saying.